Hi, kindergartners. Welcome back to your TV classroom.
We were just dancing to that.
We were. I love that little
Yeah.
tune. It gives me a cheery feeling inside.
You can't help but dance to it, can
That's
you?
right. Nope, you can't. Friends, before we get going with our lesson today, let's check in with our zones. How are you feeling? You might be able to tell how your brain's feeling, or maybe you have an emotion that's feeling really big, or maybe your body's feeling a certain way. Mr. Kevin, what zone are you in today?
Well, let me turn my microphone on. I'm actually feeling pretty good now. I'm in a green zone. Good
Wonderful.
space.
Good.
Yeah.
Why are you feeling green?
Well, just some things that happened very recently just eased my mind. And you know that feeling when your mind is eased? That
Yes.
you think you did something wrong, but then all of a sudden, it's okay.
Yes, I do know that feeling. You know, when I asked Mr. Kevin why he's feeling green, it reminded me of a song by Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
Which song is that?
The I'm feeling green.
I'm feeling
song.
green.
Yeah, sorry, that's a squirrel moment for Mrs. Wally's brain. Yeah.
So before we move on, let me just demonstrate. It's not easy being green. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, Miss Wally, how are you feeling today?
I am in the greenish yellow zone. I am more focused than I was earlier, but as you can tell, my brain is still feeling a little squirrely, so to say, where I've been doing a really good job of being focused on one thing, but because I'm tired today, my brain is kind of like making all these connections and wanting to wander all these different places. So I'm mostly in the green zone. How are you, Miss Oslin?
I started the day in the blue zone. I was really tired. I think I slept well last night, just probably not long enough. And I was having a really hard time finishing my thoughts and making sentences that made sense. But I feel like I think I'm waking up. I had some water, I had some coffee. I'm getting more into the green zone, more focused.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Shall we get going with our lesson today?
Let's get going. Let's remind ourselves about our active listening posture. Say these with us. Eyes watching. Ears listening. Voice quiet. And if it helps you, your body still. But sometimes, even when we have that active listening posture, we look like we're listening, we still need to remind ourselves to focus.
You know what's interesting, Miss Lawson, you probably don't know this, but I look like my body still, but my toes are moving in my shoes all the time.
Are they? Does that help you focus?
It does.
So, see? If it doesn't help you, do something, Mr. Kevin. Focus, Mr. Kevin.
Focus, Mr. Kevin. Focus. Yep. So if you're someone who needs to have your body moving, you don't need to be moving all around the room. You can wiggle your toes in your shoes, and then that doesn't distract the people around you.
Yes. I had a teacher once teach her students just to twiddle their thumbs.
Oh, yep, I do that too. You'll see me doing that. Sometimes I give myself some pressure.
Nice. It's all about knowing who you are as a learner and
Yes.
what works for you.
And in kindergarten, you're just learning that. It's going to be a whole lot. A lot of it I didn't figure out till college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, friends, we've been talking all about how to solve conflict. Yeah. When we have a conflict or a problem with someone, it's important for us to find a win-win solution.
Yep.
That means both people get some of what they want and both people feel okay with the outcome.
If these two friends are having a problem, they both have to be okay with the solution.
Yes.
It's not a win-win if someone's not okay with it.
That makes it a win-lose.
Yeah, and then someone feels bad, and we don't want that.
No, we want everyone to feel okay.
Right, Chili and Mabel?
Now, these solutions are called win-win conflict solvers because they help us find win-win solutions to a conflict.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to talk more about sharing. But let's review. You remember Mo Willems' story, Waiting is Not Easy?
It was so good.
Where we learned that sometimes we have to wait and that even for adults, almost especially for adults.
Oh, waiting is
Waiting
so
is
hard.
so hard.
Sometimes I find it hard to focus like at all if I'm waiting for something at the end of the day.
Yes. And if we're taking turns, we remember that it can help to set a timer so that we know that both people get the same amount of time.
Yes.
That makes it fair. Okay. When we have these conflicts or these win-win conflict solvers that we're going to use, it's important for us to be really strong at stop and think because for a couple reasons. If we're having a conflict with someone and we don't stop and think, we might say or do something that we know we shouldn't.
It might hurt someone's feelings if you didn't mean to. Like if we were both wanting to play with Mabel and we got in an argument and then I was like, well, you're just a mean friend anyway.
Ooh, that hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
So it's important for us to stop and think. It's also important as learners to stop and think. When we know that we're going to be learning something new,
Yes.
to tell ourselves, stop and think. Pay attention so that you actually learn this new information.
Yes.
We're going to play a game.
I love games.
Me too.
I wonder if Chili and Mabel want to play with us.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to play the freeze game. And what's going to happen is Mr. Kevin is going to play some music. And we're all going to dance. We're going to dance. But when the music stops, you stop too. Until the music starts again.
And we're not going to know when Mr. Kevin's going to stop it.
We can't see when he's pushing those buttons back there.
Okay.
Mr. Kevin doesn't know when he's going to stop it either. It's a mystery to
even
everyone.
better.
This will be fun. So kindergartners, make sure that you stop and think when the music's playing.
We're sitting, but can they get up and dance if it's okay with the adults
Oh,
around
yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So get up, get ready to dance, friends. Okay.
Okay, hang on a second here.
Get your dancing shoes ready. Make
cool
sure your
graphic
laces
coming
are
up.
tied.
Freeze game!
Here we go.
Okay. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Ready.
Okay. Oh! Ah!
Look how good those dancers are, Mrs. Wally.
They're really good stuffed animal dancers, aren't they?
Oh my goodness. That got really tricky because you know what happened? I got so wrapped up in the dancing, I wasn't paying as a close attention.
I know. That end one I almost missed.
I know.
Okay.
Nice job, teachers.
Maybe at the end we can play again.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good
Okay.
idea. Okay, today we are learning, Mrs. Oslin is out of breath from dancing. Today we're learning that sharing is another win-win strategy for solving a conflict.
It sure is.
We talked about taking turns. We're talking about sharing today, and our next session is going to be about apologizing, which is a really good one. So let's do some thinking about when was a time that you solved a conflict by sharing? Take some think time.
Okay. Oliver is learning how to share.
Oh,
Because he's 2 and he really loves his toys. And he's learning to share with mommy and daddy right now because his friends can't come over and play. So he really wanted to play with his airplane,
Oh, yeah.
but daddy was playing with the airplane.
Oh, that's
He
hard.
went and took it out of daddy's hands.
Ooh.
And
That's not a
then
win-win
That was
conflict
not
solver.
a win-win conflict solver. So we had to talk to him about sharing. So what we did is we set a timer for daddy to play with it for 1 minute.
That's a great idea.
And then Oliver got 2 minutes because daddy had already been playing with it. And that worked really well. And they
that
just
is a good
shared
idea.
back and forth. And then pretty soon Oliver didn't want to play with it anymore and went off
Right.
to something else.
Right.
But he had to learn to share.
Yeah. Sharing isn't easy, and it's not something that we're born knowing how to do.
No, we really
we have
aren't.
to learn.
Yes.
I was thinking about a time when Mr. Oslin's sister made this dessert called Nanaimo bars, which has like a graham cracker crust and then a buttercream frosting and then a layer of chocolate. They were so good. We ate them all except for the one. There was one left, and we all wanted it.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
We cut it in half and we shared it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So everyone got some of what they want, and we all felt really good about it.
Yep, same with Oliver.
Yeah.
Everyone, they all got to play with the airplane
Yeah.
and they all felt good about it.
That's amazing. Today we're going to read a book by Ezra Jack Keats called Peter's Chair. And think about, do any of you have baby siblings at home? A little brother or sister at home? I grew up with some. And today's story is about a character named Peter, and he's learning to share his things with his new baby sister.
Kind of like Oliver.
Yes, that's exactly right. Do you think that it's going to be easy for Peter?
From what I know about Oliver, no. He
No.
thinks everything is his. Mine, and we have to tell him no. Well, it's not yours.
So let's read to find out how Peter figures out how to share with his sister.
All right. All right. Peter stretched as high as he could. There, his tall building was finished. Crash! Down it came. Shh, called his mother. You'll have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. That's my cradle, he thought. And they painted it pink. I have a memory.
Oh,
I have a connection.
yeah.
When my sister was born, she got to sleep in my cradle, and I got really frustrated. Do you want to know what I did?
What'd you do?
My mom was holding her, feeding her, and I crawled back in the cradle.
Reclaim it.
I reclaimed it, and then I got told to get out. My sister went back and took a nap.
Yep.
Hi, Peter, said his father. Would you like to help paint Sister's high chair? It's my high chair, whispered Peter.
I wonder how Peter's feeling about all of his cradle
Look
and
at
now
his
high
face.
chair.
He looks pretty mad to me.
Yeah.
He saw his crib and muttered, my crib is painted pink too. Not far away stood his old chair. They didn't paint it yet, Peter shouted. He picked it up and ran to his room.
I wonder what he's going to do.
Does it look like Peter can fit in that chair?
I think the chair is too small for Peter anymore.
I think it is too. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie, did I skip a page?
No. There it is.
Yeah, it just must be me.
Okay.
You must just be
Yeah,
missing something.
weird.
I'm going to read this one so we have the whole story. We'll take my blue chair and toy crocodile and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie got his bone. They went outside and stood in front of his house. This is a good place, said Peter. He arranged his things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. But he couldn't fit in the chair. Uh-oh. He doesn't fit. He was too big. Do you have anything at home that you really love that might be too small for you now?
We were just talking with my boys today about how they're both growing out of their shoes.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's hard, especially because they love their shoes. They make them so fast.
Right. Oliver has these boots he loves, and I've had to buy the same color boots in
Yep.
different sizes because he really loves his boots.
Yeah.
And he gets mad because he can't get his feet
Yep.
in his boots because his feet keep growing. His mother came to the window and called, "Won't you come back to us, Peter dear? We have something very special for lunch." Peter and Willie made believe they didn't hear. Ooh.
That's not good to do to your mama.
Yeah, we should always listen to our moms.
Always.
Always. But Peter got an idea.
I wonder what his idea is.
Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. "Ah, rascal's hiding behind the curtain," she said happily. I bet she was worried about him.
I bet.
She moved the curtain away, but he wasn't there. Oh, Peter.
Trickster.
He's tricking. "Here I am," shouted Peter. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. "Daddy," said Peter, "let's paint the little chair pink for Susie."
Oh,
Oh,
he changed his mind.
he did. But I wonder why that felt okay to him, but the other things didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I think the other things. Do you have an idea, Miss Wilson?
Well, I was thinking that the chair is too small for him anyway. And I don't think he would sleep in the crib or the cradle anyway.
Right.
But sometimes when something is done and you feel like you didn't get to have a say in it,
Yeah,
it can make it harder.
it can. And then he got to choose to do this instead of it being done to him.
Yes.
He got to choose to share instead of being forced to share. And I think sometimes that makes it feel a little bit better. Same result, but you feel better about it. And they did. Oh, he's doing such a nice job painting that chair for his little sister, Susie. Look at the dog.
Oh no,
Oh no, the dog's tracking pink paint through the house. That's not good.
that is not good.
Hopefully it's washable paint.
Yeah, right. So Peter decides that he could share as a solution to his problem. How do you think Peter feels when he decides to do that?
Where before he was feeling mad and frustrated and angry,
He's doing a lot of
so much so he
mumbling.
wanted to run away.
Yeah.
He felt like everything was unfair. But now how does he feel?
Seems pretty content.
He does.
You've taught us that word. Content means you feel okay,
Yeah.
calm.
He might even feel good, like feel happy because
Yeah.
he gets to see his chair being used and he knows all the memories he made in his special chair. And now he can help Susie make those memories. Sometimes sharing with someone else feels really good because you get to let them have the same happy experience you had. And then you can talk about it together.
And I noticed that it's a project that he gets to do with his dad. And sometimes when there's a new baby in the house, it can feel like they get all the attention.
So Oliver has this special bear.
Bear Bear.
You've met Bear Bear.
I've met Bear Bear.
And Bear Bear is very, very special to Oliver. It's his very special bear. And his little friend Eleanor always comes over and wants to play with his Bear Bear. But we have a rule that his Bear Bear doesn't have to be shared because it's like his very special comfort item. So what we did is we bought another Bear Bear. And so he calls it Eleanor's Bear Bear. And whenever Eleanor comes over, he shares the other Bear Bear and they play with the Bear Bears together.
Oh, I like that. What a good compromise.
Yeah.
So let's do some thinking again about when was a time that you solved a conflict by sharing? Like Mrs. Wally just shared about Bear Bear, or I shared about the dessert that we had.
Yummy. What about on the playground at school?
Oh, there's not a swing for every student.
There isn't, and there's not a slide for every student.
There's not.
So how could we solve that by sharing? Like if Miss Oslin, if I was on the slide and I went down the slide and up the slide and down the slide and I didn't even take my turn and get in line, I just kept crawling up the slide and going down the slide. How would you feel?
I'd be kind of irritated that I'm not getting my turn.
So how could we solve that? I'm sliding, I'm sliding.
I wonder if I could say, Mrs. Wally, can I have a turn?
Oh, but
Can
I'm
we
sliding
share?
right now.
I feel kind of irritated that I haven't gotten a turn yet.
Oh. Could we maybe take turns where I'll slide once and then you can slide and then I'll slide and then you can slide?
I like that. Yeah.
And then like as I slide down, as I'm going around, you can go down
Yep.
and we can just go, and then anyone else can join in too.
I like that because then it's like a cycle. Like we all still get our turn.
Yeah.
And while you're sliding, I'm going back to the top of the slide anyways.
I love it. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Did we solve our problem? We did.
Did both people get some of what they want?
Yep.
I feel good.
And we realized that actually we'd actually get more sliding time in because we're just going around and around.
And then I bet we could come up with a really fun game to play while we're doing it.
We could even do like a Simon Says as you go down, like
that's a good
pretend
idea.
you're a duck.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
a
fun.
great idea. Today we learned that sharing is another win-win strategy for solving a conflict.
Yep.
We have share, take turns, and we're going to learn about apologizing. That's an important one.
It's a really important one.
So as you're reading today, look for how are your characters in your story solving conflicts that they have with each other.
Because stories have problems
They
that need to be
do.
solved.
They do.
Ooh, I hope you can find some really great ones and then maybe they can write them down.
Oh my goodness, we got a letter from Paige.
Paige!
We got your letter.
We got it. We're so glad that you love the
Character, setting, beginning, middle, end. We did that just for you, Paige.
We did. Thank you so much for your letters. We have them hanging over on our wall by our desk. We love them.
I can see that she drew us big red hearts that I can
and
see
pictures
from
of
here.
us with her.
Yes,
It's wonderful.
it was. And thank you, Paige's mom, for sending us such a nice note.
Would you like me to bring them to you?
Oh,
Yes.
would you, Mr.
So-
Kevin?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, we'll show you Paige's letters that she sent us. It was the end of a really hard day.
It was a long
and we got
day.
them, Paige. You have no idea how much that really helped us.
It made
was
us
like
feel so happy.
the perfect timing to get a letter in the mail.
It really was.
Oh, Mr. Kevin's pulling them off.
They're such bright colors,
They
too.
are. They're beautiful.
Okay. Special delivery.
Paige, we got them.
them.
We love them.
She wrote, "Thank you for teaching me, Mrs. Wally. Love, Paigey." Sounds like her family, her mom told us that they call her Paigey, and I have a connection to that because I have a niece. She's in first grade, and her name is Paige, and I call her Paigey.
Oh,
Yep.
that's so sweet. And I love, did you see these dresses she drew?
I know, and I love her
Great, great,
curly. She did curly hair.
She did. Such details. Love it. Thank you, Paige.
Thank you so much.
Now, you are going to draw and write about a time when you solved a conflict by sharing. We gave lots of examples, but it's time for you to think about your own example of solving a conflict by sharing. And you can send it to us here, just like Paige did. Paige sent hers in the mail, but you could also send an email, and Mr. Kevin's going to tell you where to send it.
That's right, kids. Be like Paige. Have your parent help you. Send us an email at tvclassroom@tacoma.k12.wa.us. Or you can send it in the mail like Paige did to the TV Classroom headquarters, which is 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.
Now, Miss Austin, before we do the affirmation, can we play the freeze game one more time?
Please, yes.
Oh, freeze game.
Okay, Mr. Kevin, are you ready?
Okay, hang on a second here.
Let me stretch my muscles.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
It's time once again for the freeze game. Okay, here we go. Oops, hit the wrong button there. All right. Ready?
Yep.
That's some good dancing action.
Did you freeze?
The beat change.
Sure did.
Wow, that was pretty good, teachers.
One more.
One more. Remind yourself. Stop it. Think. Stop it. Think.
That was
Nice
so much
job.
fun. I love the freeze game. It's one of my favorite things to play with students.
Oh, it's so much fun. Because not only do you get like the exercise of dancing,
Yep.
which helps your brain feel happy, but you also get to practice stopping and thinking.
And being really focused.
And being really focused. Okay. Our affirmation is, I can stop and think. Let's all take a deep breath and say your affirmation. I can stop and think. Excellent job today, kindergartners. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you back here next time in our TV classroom. Bye.
Bye, friends.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.
Greetings, young adventurers. You will be going on a quest. It will be a dangerous quest, filled with obstacles and dangerous creatures. Should you make it to the end of each level, you will receive a coin. Find all 4 coins, and you will be crowned the champion and receive this prize. Good luck, young adventurers. Well, time for my nap. Good day, young adventurers, and good luck. Greetings, young adventurers. Congratulations on collecting all 4 coins. Well done. By completing this quest, you will now receive your prize. I hope to one day see you again for another adventure. Goodbye, young adventurers.